We're gonna do another fun application tutorial today. Say hi as you guys are jumping into the comments. We're streaming from Lashify.com. We're also simulcasting to Facebook and YouTube, so say hi if you're in those comments. One of our team members is going to be in there as well to help make sure that your questions are getting answered. I'm gonna tell you all about our control kit. This is our starter kit, comes with everything you need to start using the Lashify system. Once we go through all of that, we're gonna do a full application on both eyes, okay? So if you have questions along the way, let us know in the comments. So the control kit, if you're here on the website, I pinned it here below so you can actually click on it, go to the website and go to the page and kind of check things out while I talk to you. So you have a couple choices when it comes to the control kit. You're gonna choose if you want the white control kit or the black control kit. It's the color of your hard case. If you get the black control kit, you're gonna get our patented fuse control wand in this bronze color. If you get the white control kit, your fuse control wand will come in this hologram color. Every control kit will include Whisper Light, our bond, in clear and black. This is a dual-sided tube. You're gonna get a water-resistant sealer called Glass, and you're gonna get 3 cartridges of lashes, 1, 2, and a 3rd set of lashes. So you're gonna get a set that has all 10mm lengths, all 12mm lengths, and then all 14mm lengths, all right? And you're gonna get to choose which style that you start with. You get to choose either Amplify, Bold, or Curl. These are 3 very natural styles, the easiest ones to work with while you're using Lashify for the first few times. So Amplify is very natural, thin fibers, not a lot of curl, so it mimics your own natural lashes. If you want something that looks like mascara, go with Bold. B for Bold, slightly thicker fibers, and it gives you a very light, easy, and still natural mascara look. And if you want something that looks like a lash lift, go with Curl. C is for Curl. It has thin fibers, just like Amplify, but with a little bit more curl. Pick one. You're gonna love them all. You're gonna get 3 lengths to play with so you can lash map to your heart's desire and create something that's really beautiful on your eye shape, okay? You get a slightly magnified mirror that you can take anywhere and apply Lashify anywhere. And then inside this magnetic storage box, this is where your control kit lives. So it's a magnetic closure. You open it up and you're gonna get a sample of Melt Away and Pre-Cleanse. Melt Away is one of our removers and Pre-Cleanse is our lash prep. You're gonna get a lid space finder tool, and that's gonna help you choose some other lengths to try out when you're ready for more lashes. You get a QR code to scan that takes you to our Learn page, and you can follow along with our tutorials while you do your application. You get a set of wandoms. These are silicone tips that go over the fuse control wand, and these help reduce stickiness while you're doing your application. And that's gonna give you a nice wide cushy fuse, okay? You get also this beautiful welcome letter from Sahara, the founder, inventor of Lashify, and then your control kit sits inside here. You pop this out, and underneath you get a place for your Gossamer lash storage, okay? So you get a place for your lash stash because you're gonna want more styles, more sizes to play with, all right? All of that is a one-time purchase of $125. So we knocked that price down from $145 a while back, and we added an extra cartridge for you of lashes, and you're also gonna get to choose the curve on your fuse control wand. This is the classic curve. It fits most eye shapes. If you don't know what your eye shape is, go with the classic curve. It fits, like I said, most eye shapes, an almond shape, even a deep set eye. If you have smaller eyes, or if you have a flatter eye profile, or a monolid, go with our petite eye curve, okay? It has a little bit more, or a less curve rather, less curve, it's a little bit more open, and that can help you maneuver around your eye shape. If you're not sure, just go with the classic. It's gonna be just great for you, okay? If you have questions, let us know in the comments. We're gonna do a full application. Today we are gonna use C's from the control kit. C is for curl. I love the curl style because it's really natural. It features thin fibers and a little bit of curl, and it's just really beautiful on pretty much any eye shape, okay? So we're gonna use all 3 lengths, 10s, 12s, and 14s, and you can do whatever you like. So how do we get started? We're always gonna prep with pre-cleanse. This is our lash prep. Like I said, you get a sample of this in your control kit. So I'm gonna put this on our fluffer tool. This is a reusable spoolie. I'm gonna just tap out the excess so that it doesn't go in my eye. I have makeup on, so I'm gonna try and save my makeup. If my face was clean, I would just run pre-cleanse on my face with a cotton round, and that's also great for prep. You can also do this spoolie method and just run pre-cleanse through your lashes. This removes any fallout from makeup, any skincare products that might have gotten on my lashes, any oil from my skin. We do want to make sure that we are prepping really well before we start our application, because we're using a bond that's so different from lash extension glue and also any glue that you get at the drugstore for like strip lashes, okay? So we want to prep well. We want to make sure that our lashes stay on, right? And we want to make sure that that bond works really well. Coming in, just running that through my lashes. And like I said, you get a sample of this in your control kit. And it's also great as a little facial toner too. So it's multi-purpose. If you guys have questions, let us know in the comments. All right, coming in, lashes have to be clean and then they have to be dry. So I like to use my blow. This is a nice extra tool to use if you want something extra with your control kit. I'm coming in and just giving it some directed air, and that way I can speed through my process, okay? Coming in, giving this a little blow. If you don't have the blow, that's okay. Just take your hand and fan. You have that nice little welcome letter in your control kit as well, and you can use that, or just hang out, right? This is your me time. Coming in, just making sure that's super dry, and now I think that's dry. See how fast that goes? Now let's talk about the bond, okay? Because that's the next thing we're gonna start working with. So our bond, this is Whisper Light Bond. You get black on one side with a micro mascara applicator, and then on the other end you get clear Whisper Light. Comes out white, dries down clear. And it comes with a pointy precision tip. These are the same bond, same formula. The only difference is the color. It is safe for sensitive eyes. So if you have sensitivities to other lash glues, this is gonna be great for you to use. There's no cyanoacrylate, no latex, and no formaldehyde. I have to sneeze. Excuse me, one more. Excuse me, okay. So allergies are kicking in. If you have allergies too, you're gonna be able to use Whisper Light just fine. So again, this is the same formula on both sides. You can use one side or the other, completely up to you, or you can combine them. Our bonds were designed to be layered, okay? It's gonna stay flexible. It's never going to harden. It will dry down, but it's not gonna harden. So this ensures that when you're wearing your lashes, your natural lashes can move, and you know, there's no tugging at the roots. So when you're ready, I start with the black side. I'm gonna show you how to use both. Again, you can use either side. Whatever you do, you're gonna use very light layers. I always say that it's like you are applying light layers of nail polish, right? When you come in with nail polish, you don't apply a heavy application ever. You come in with light layers, you let each layer dry down. In our case, we're gonna let this sit for about 30 to 60 seconds so that the bond gets tacky, right? It comes out kind of liquid, and then you want it to get tacky before you either add a little bit more so it's not too wet once you start applying, and your lashes will stick on, okay? So, like the lightest coat of mascara. You can run the bond through the length of your lashes if you like. My lashes clump at the tips, so I don't like that. I just keep the bond sort of halfway up my natural lashes, okay? Try it both ways and you will see what you like. So that needs to get tacky. Always wait. It benefits you to slow down during your Lashify application. A lot of people are used to other lash systems where you have to move a little bit quickly. You don't have to move fast at all, and this is so nice for beginners, okay? I'm gonna remove my Gossamer lashes from the cartridge. We're gonna use our fingers. These are very, very delicate lashes. Look how thin they are. There's no heavy band. There's not layers of glue and fibers. It is a very, very thin spine, so they're delicate. Use your fingers to grab. I'm gonna grab, let's start pulling our lash mat out. I think I'm gonna do C10, C12. Choices. 3 C14s. Do I have enough? 3 C14s? Okay. 3 C14s and then a C12. Hi, Bev. Bev is in the comments to make sure you are getting your questions answered. 1, 2, and 3. If when you're pulling the Gossamer lashes out of your cartridge, you're kind of nervous about getting them out or they're being a little bit stubborn, you can actually insert your fuse control wand into these slots and give it a little loosen it, right? Give it a little twist and then the whole thing opens up and you can get to your lashes a little bit easier. Look at that. Let's show you the profile of these. So what is so special about Lashify? Lashify is a highly patented system. We have over 275 patents worldwide on this system, lots of new components that didn't exist before, and including this lash. This is the first lash to be designed to be worn underneath the natural lashes, okay? This is what makes it super special. The application method isn't new, but this is the first lash to be designed to be worn underneath the natural lashes for a prolonged period of time, right? If you wore strip lashes underneath your natural lashes, sure, you could get away with it for the day, but if you wore them for multiple days on end that way, they're a little bit too heavy and they could definitely cause you some lash damage, right? So the name of the game with Lashify is get any kind of lash look you want, from a strip lash look to an extension look to something super natural or super dramatic. Have it however you want, wear them for however long you want, and keep your natural lashes healthy, right? You guys, my allergies. Hang on one sec. I need a little tissue action. Hold on. Hold on. Allergies are real. Real, real, real. Okay, I think we're okay. Okay, so let's pull one more out. How do you know how many lashes to use? Well, when you start using Lashify, as soon as you start putting on the Gossamer lashes, you'll know. It depends on the length of your eye. Everyone is a little bit different. You may take anywhere from 4 up to 7 or 8. Average is about 5 to 6, but you'll see, you'll see. Okay, let's do a tacky test. I've been talking for a little bit. Let's see how tacky this bond is. Use your fingernail, kind of touch it. I'm feeling a little bit of a bubblegum-like stick, little bit. And no transfer. No transfer of product is a good sign. That means it's tacky, it's dried down enough that it's no longer moving around. I'm gonna layer my bond, okay? So I can add up to like 4 light layers of bond if I want to. It builds up a cushion to work with. And this way you're able to get good coverage of bond on your lashes so that your Gossamer lashes have something to grip onto, and you're not doing it all in one go. You want to apply enough bond so that there's product there. Let me just tap that little bit from my waterline away. You want to apply enough product so that you see it, but not so much that your lashes start clumping. If your lashes start clumping, come in with a little spoolie and just brush them out, okay? You don't want your lashes to be clumpy. That might ruin your look, all right? So that's another way to apply a light layer of bond. I'm gonna show you another way. You can certainly apply bond, another light layer of bond onto the spines of your Gossamer lashes. So I'm using the clear. Again, you can use whichever side you like, but I'm gonna show you both. You apply just a tiny, tiny bit. A tiny bit goes a long way. And with the white side, it comes out white and dries down clear, so you can actually watch for when it's ready. So I'm just coming in. I can actually spread out the fibers on my Gossamer lashes as well. If they're sitting a little narrow, you do have a little bit of give here so you can spread them out. But I'm just gonna come in and apply a bit of bond along the spines here. This gives me another added cushion of bond to work with and ensures that wherever I place this lash, it's going to stick. okay? When you're starting out, I would say start with like, if you're gonna do this method, do like 2 or 3 at a time. It's good timing. By the time you're done with that last Gossamer lash, the first one that you started working on is probably about ready to go. It's probably gotten clear, all right? And when your tube of bond is brand new, it might take a little bit longer, 30 to 60 seconds, give or take, depending on what your environment is doing. I find that warmer rooms, your bond starts to get tacky much faster, so just watch it. That extra bond helps if you are overlapping as well, right, Bev? Yes, and I will be overlapping today. Now, your control kit comes with a mirror inside it. Use that mirror, okay? I recommend turning it towards you so that, and putting it underneath you and look down into your mirror while you're doing your application. That way you're gonna see your wet line, you're gonna be able to see your placement, and you are going to be able to be hands-free if you need to. You can look down and apply this way. Lift a little if you need a little bit more visibility. For purposes of this tutorial, I'm gonna use a little handheld mirror so I can get closer to you and so I can see. So I'm gonna come in, let's zoom in just a smidge so you guys can really see. You can start wherever you like, inner corner, outer corner, in the center, whatever works best for you. The inner corners are probably the most tricky, but this is where I like to start, okay? Coming in, you're gonna go underneath the natural lashes, aiming for about 1 to 2 millimeters away from your wet line, okay? Check that out. See how that stuck right on? This is why we wait for that bond to get nice and tacky, right? So that it just sticks right on. If you were not waiting long enough and your bond was still too wet, that lash would have slid across your lashes and pulled some bond all the way up your lashes as well, and maybe even gotten them clumpy. So this is why we wait for the bond to get tacky. We just watch, we just wait. Okay, grabbing by the very, very tips of the fibers as high up as you can. This gives you a lot of room. You're positioning it so that the curve matches the curve of your lashes. I am gonna overlap by just a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm moving very slowly, aiming for 1 to 2 millimeters away from my wet line. It's hard for you to see the roots of my lashes, but I can see them. You actually wanna see the roots of your lashes underneath the spine there, okay? You want them to be exposed so that they're comfortable. If they're too close to the wet line, they are gonna be super pokey, and we don't need pokey lashes, do we? We don't need pokey lashes. When you apply them correctly, they're gonna be super, super comfortable, okay? I need another little tissue action. 1 sec, guys. 1 sec, my nose is running because of allergies. Anyone else? Spring allergies? What else? Okay, so this placement also ensures that your lashes are going to last, right? Because if they're too close, oops, I clumped them, we can separate them. Check this out. You can come in with that fuse control one and just sort of get in there, separate. Maybe. I might need to take our precision lash comb in there and just separate. So this precision lash comb is a fun extra tool. Look at that, how I just fluffed that right out. Easy, so you can customize all of your lash looks. We have so many fun extra tools so that you can get exactly the look you want. I'm coming in with now a 14 millimeter. This is a 10 and a 12, coming in with a 14 millimeter slight overlap. Again, if you're placing too close to your wet line, your lashes will not last as long as you would like. The moisture from your eyes can get drawn up if they're too close to the wet line and start breaking up your bond before you want them to come off. So you want them to last, right? And then the most important thing is that this 1 to 2 millimeter gap, I'm gonna show you here. I do recommend still looking down into a mirror. I'm just gonna show you what this looks like. Look at that. And you can see the roots of my lashes, right? You wanna keep your natural lashes healthy. This little gap will ensure that. This makes sure that your natural lashes have enough room at the base to grow to move around freely without any tugging that could cause damage at the roots, right? I am fusing as I go. I'm doing a little micro fuse, little spot fuse. You can do that if you like, you don't have to. If it's feeling good, you can wait to fuse until the very, very end of your application. This is another 14, slight overlap, and you guys notice how I've been moving them around. Like if I didn't like my placement, that's okay. We have the ability to move things around. This bond will stay nice and pliable for you for a long time. So you are not married to any of your placement. If you don't like it, just move it. Take it off and move it. This flexible bond allows you to do that. It's not like lash extension glue where as soon as it hits the air, it starts hardening. Our bond does not do that. It's gonna stay flexible the whole time you're wearing it, and it's gonna give you a nice long working time while you're doing your application. Look at that. And that's a 12 millimeter on the very outer corner. And when we do the corners, here on the outer corner and the inner corner, we leave out a few of our natural hairs always, okay? Again, we don't want pokey lashes. If you go too far out on the corners, it's gonna be uncomfortable. On that outer corner, you could get a little bit of droop if you go all the way out, and also longevity, right? We want our natural lashes to, or our lashes to last. We want our lash look to last. And the baby hairs on the inner and outer corner tend to be a little bit more sparse, a little bit weaker. So if we bring in the placement by just a little bit, it's gonna be more stable, okay? So pretty, look at this. This is a 10 millimeter, a 12 millimeter, 3 14 millimeter, and then 1 12 millimeter, all in that curl style. I chose curl for my control kit today. So pretty, so easy, and now let's fuse. Oh my gosh. So pretty. I'm gonna come out just a little bit here so you can see how we fuse. Hand positioning. Positioning is so key for fusing. So the Fuse Control Wand was designed to give you this horizontal clamp force, even pressure all the way across, because it was really made to come in and fuse everything all in one go. Full closure, right? That's one way to fuse. How I like to fuse, you can fuse with or without the silicone covers, the Wandums. Whichever way you like, they help reduce stickiness, they give you a little bit of a cushier, whiter fuse. Try it all the ways and you're gonna find exactly how you like to do it. I like to reverse fuse. We're always going to apply pressure onto the Fuse Control Wand in the center, okay? That little center bump. This is the sweet spot. Too close, you're gonna be all up in your eyeball and that's not gonna work for you. Too far out, it's gonna be so hard for you to get that full closure. So that bump in the middle is the sweet spot. Play with different hand positions. Notice how when I'm going in for a reverse fuse, this is a reverse fuse position. This is my position here. And then when I come in for a full fuse, I change my hand position, okay? So you're gonna play. This is gonna be something new for you to experiment with. And when I come in with a reverse fuse, this allows me to use the very tips of the Fuse Control Wand to get a precision fuse. Section by section, all the way across my lash mat. Coming in, all the way across, all the way down on the spines. And this is very comfortable. There's no pinching, there's no clipping, any of that, because remember I left a little gap at the base here and I can get all the way down. If you find that you're kind of pinching yourself, trying to get all the way down on the spines, it's probably a good indication that you can move your placement up by just a smidge, okay? A lot of it is based on feel. So I can also come in with a different angle, follow the curve of my face here and get in on this inner corner. So another position for you to try. All right, now, when I'm happy with my reverse fusing, I like to put the Wandums on and come in with a full fuse. The full fuse is what this was designed for. This is a patented hand-tooled instrument made for precision, did not exist before Lashify, and you can't Lashify without it, okay? So now I'm gonna come in with the full fuse, following the curve of my eye. I can come in from the side if you like, or I can come in from the top, okay? Whichever way is easier for you. Settling that top arm all the way down to the base of the lashes, kind of wiggle it so it's really down on the base, and then just give it a squeeze. Full closure, and this gives you even pressure, that horizontal clamp force all the way across. If you want a little bit more lift, twist your wrist upwards for a Lashify lift. Hold it for about 10 or 15 seconds, and then slowly blink away. You might get a little bit of stick if you were layering your bonds. Just move slowly. Look how pretty that is. Very easy, very natural. I do want to separate by just a little bit. I feel like these fibers are gathering a little bit, and that's okay. So this tool is great for kind of separating lashes, precision lash comb. It's a nice extra tool. So it has two sides. You've got the little pointy end, and then you have a little steel comb end, and you can kind of brush through that way as well. So pretty. Let's take a tour of this, and then I'm going to show you, a little bit faster on the other side, this application. Same application. Look how pretty. Super natural. There is no heavy band sitting on top of my lid that I have to hide because there's nothing on top. Everything is sitting underneath, and it is super comfortable because I made sure to apply them correctly, up away from my wet line. If I squint my eyes, I can't feel them at all. It's very comfortable on that inner corner. It's comfortable on the outer corner. There is no poking. I fused well, and look how well that blends. So pretty. So pretty. Beautiful swoop. I can keep my makeup as natural as I like, or I have all this lid space to play if I want to play with makeup, right? I love this look. The C's, if you're not sure which one to get, we have a great control kit finder quiz. If you go to the control kit page, I believe there's a pop-up. You can follow along with Jill, and she'll help you choose your control kit. I believe there's also a lash finder quiz or a control kit finder quiz. Let's do the other side. Let us know if you guys have questions along the way. All right, we're gonna do the other side. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I'm gonna talk us through and just kind of give you those same tips that we talked about in the beginning. So I'm coming in, very, very light coat of bond. Like the lightest coat of mascara, I keep my bond just halfway up my natural lashes. You are free to apply all the way up the length of your lashes if you prefer. Try it both ways. If your lashes clump at the tips, keep it just halfway up, okay? While that's getting tacky, I'm gonna pull my lashes from the cartridge, coming in with a C10, a C12. Let's pull two C12s because one goes on the outer corner. And then I'm gonna pull 3 C14s. 3 C14s, and you get 3 lengths. You get 3 cartridges of lashes in every control kit. So you get to lash map and do whatever you want. If you wanna stick with just the shortest length, that's totally fine. If you wanna mix and match, if you wanna alternate, if you wanna stack even, you can do whatever you like. You can create whatever lash look you want, and that is the best part about Lashify, ultimate customization. Look at that. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, let's check for tackiness. Using my fingernail, I'm checking. Yep, I can feel, you guys can probably see a little bit of like a little bubblegum stick. I do see a little bit, you guys can't see it, a little bit of transfer, so I'm gonna wait. I'm a little bit too excited to put these lashes on. I have to wait just a little bit. So while I'm waiting, I'm actually gonna put bond. I'm gonna use the Clear Whisper Light on the Gossamer lash spines. Coming in a tiny bit goes such a long way. That's a little bit too much. So we can take some away, just like this. You don't need a lot. It's like 1/8 or less of what you would use with strip lashes if you were using strip lash glue, but you're not gonna use strip lash glue because it's different. All right. There's also some interesting science behind how Lashify works. the ingredients in the bond are molecularly attracted to the material of the lashes. This is made of Korean PBT silk. It's a synthetic silk. And so at the molecular level, they want to be with each other, okay? In chemistry, this is called magnetic adhesion. There's no magnets. At the molecular level, they just want to love on each other. They want to be with each other, and that's how the bond and the lashes stick to one another. Pretty cool, right? This is why this works. Again, Lashify is a patented system. There was a lot of thought, a lot of research put into this, and some brand new components that never existed before have emerged and have changed up the lash game. I love a good science lesson, right, Bev? Same. We nerd out. If you guys haven't joined the Lashify Life Facebook group, that's where we nerd out. There's, 120,000 members in that group, including the Lashify team, Sahara herself, the inventor of Lashify, hanging out in there, and the amazing community. I'm using the curl style today. This is curl, C10, C12, 3 C14s and a C12. Very beautiful, wispy, easy, natural look. So pretty. Let's do that tacky test again. Okay, she's tacky. Maybe we'll just do a double bonding method. There is bond on my natural lashes, and there is now clear bond on the spines of the Gossamer lashes, so you could just double bond if you wanted to. So we're gonna come in looking down into a mirror. I start on the inner corner. You can start wherever you like, looking for that nice Velcro-like catch, aiming for 1 to 2 millimeters up away from the wet line, leaving out a few of the natural hairs on, if you're starting on a corner, either corner, you wanna leave out a few natural hairs. That's a C10, overlapping by just a smidge. You do not have to overlap if you don't want to. I prefer to overlap. It just helps blend the lashes together on my eye better. Try it. You're gonna try it all the different ways, and you're gonna see exactly how you like to apply them and what looks good for your eyes, okay? It's a DIY system, so we kind of walk you through the basics, and then the rest is up to you. You just try all the different methods, and you're gonna find which ones you like, which ones work for you, all right? So easy, and we do tutorials pretty much every day. We're here on the website, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, inside the Lashify Life Facebook group, and we have tons of great videos on our website, here on Lashify.com, on our YouTube channel. If you like something short, like little snippets of tutorials, go to our Instagram Reels. We have a lot of great short tutorials there for you as well. Look at how easy and fast this is. Once you get in a little bit of practice goes such a long way, and you're gonna be so comfortable. I think that for most people in the beginning, they spend, I don't know, between 20 and 45 minutes for their first application, and then after a few times, they're like, oh my gosh, I got these on in like 10, 15 minutes. I got them on in 10 minutes my first time. But then I did have to kind of work a little bit on placement and bonding to get the longevity that I wanted, because I was placing them too close to the wet line in the very, very beginning, and they weren't lasting. As soon as I started measuring for that little gap at the roots, my longevity issues were solved. Coming in, give it a little tappy tap. So measuring, you can use one of the tines of your fuse control wand to measure for the gap if you're unsure. It's about a credit card's length. So place that at the top of your wet line where your lashes are growing out of your eye, and that little tip should fit between the top of your wet line and the spine of the Gossamer lash. That's a great way to measure to make sure that you have enough of a gap at the roots, okay? Pretty. Let's fuse. I'm gonna show you how I like to fuse again. I like to come in with that reverse fuse, and now I'm working on the opposite side, right? So you can reverse fuse the whole time if you want to. A full fuse is not necessary to get a good fuse, all right? Some people only reverse fuse. Some people only full fuse. Try it all the ways and you're gonna find exactly what works for you. Yep, Bev's got you in the comments there. Great. Yeah, we have tutorials everywhere. We are always coming up with that nitty-gritty, all those fine details of how to get the perfect application. So pretty. So pretty. Okay, that's my reverse fuse. And then I cheat, you guys, on the other side. I'm a lefty. This is my left hand. This is my right side. When I come in with the full fuse on my non-dominant side, I actually switch hands. So this is the cheater way. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, I'm going to show you a couple other ways to fuse on the non-dominant side. So easy. So dominant, this is my dominant hand working on the non-dominant side. You can come across like this with that full fuse and come in, oop, harder for me. Come in and fuse this way. That works. You can reverse fuse the whole way if you want to on the other side. That works just fine. Also, Sahara incorporated this little bump. That, for some people, works to rest on the bump of the nose, and you can fuse across the bridge of your nose and see if that works for you. For me, it gets like the outer half of my lashes. I would still have to reverse fuse over here. But for some people, that fuse across the bridge of the nose really works well. So again, everyone's face is different. Sahara thought about everything when it came to designing the Lashify system to work for every eye shape, every potential contour of the face, and all the different methods for application, so that it really is a true DIY system, that it will work for pretty much everyone. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I'm just seeing that the fibers are gathering here and it's giving me a little bit of a bold look. So we're gonna come in and take that little precision lash comb again. And you know what I think it is? This eye is a little bit shorter in length than the other eye, so I have to overlap by a little bit more on this side. So it's probably why I'm getting a little bit more volume, but that's okay. That's okay. You might find that you have two kind of different, either slightly different or very different eyes, and that's okay. Sisters, these eyes are sisters, not twins. So, you know, they might look a little different. You might have to add one more Gossamer lash or a half Gossamer lash on one side, or reposition one lash a bit differently to get the symmetry that you're looking for. But again, you can do whatever you like, right? You could still move things around if you wanted to or needed to. So pretty. Let's take a tour of this side. Oh my gosh, look how fluttery that is. And you guys can see my little natural hairs there on that very outer corner. Again, we want to leave those out. Leave those inner and outer corner baby hairs for comfort and for longevity. Or sometimes they're cousins, not even sisters, right? True. But you can use, some people even have like, you know, the crease of their lid is different between the two eyes. So I've seen some people even use different lengths to kind of camouflage any differences that are maybe obvious to them. And that can help sort of even things out. Or maybe your eyes hold the lashes a little bit differently. On this side, my lashes are really forward and they hold the lashes upward. On this side, my lashes kind of go sideways and they sit more horizontal first before they come up. So I have to fuse differently on the two different sides. On this side, I usually come in with more of a horizontal fuse. So check out the angle here. See how horizontal that fuse is? On the other side, I tend to have to do more of a Lashify lift. So I'm gonna come in and notice the angle that's, when I fuse, it's cradling the lashes more upward so that it matches the other side, right? So different, just small little tweaks that you can do, but you can do. You have the control to do all of the things to make sure that your lashes look exactly how you want. You can mix and match styles, you can switch up the lengths, you can stack if you want to. And we have, you get A, B, or C in your control kit, but we have so many more styles for you to play with. Even more natural styles, we have accent lashes, we have volume styles of all different kinds, so you can really customize every single lash look and continue to make new lash looks all the time. And we're also making new styles all the time. So it's so much fun, you guys. If you haven't jumped on the Lashify bandwagon, now is the time. You gotta get on it, all right? I'm telling you, it's a game changer. You will never look back at mascara. If you are a lash extension lover and you still love lash extensions, you can actually use Lashify between your fills. You can use them as fills. So, and also, if you are a lash tech, you can add Lashify to your menu of services for those clients who just want a day-long wear or like an event kind of a situation, or for people who are sensitive to the bonds, right? So we're giving you guys all the options. Have it when you want it, whenever you want. You also get a sample of Melt Away in your control kit. This is a dual phase remover. It's the kind that you shake up to use. Put it on a cotton round, put it on a Q-tip, a spoolie, on your finger, whatever. Just let it sit on your lashes. When you're ready to remove, you're just gonna let that product sit, eyes closed, let it sit for about 60 seconds-ish. You can even work it in with with your finger or a spoolie or a Q-tip, and just work it in. And whenever you remove your Lashify lashes, you just want things to slide right off. We don't have to rip our lashes off anymore, because you guys know how much, have you noticed how much damage that has caused with strip lashes to your natural lashes? We don't have to do that, okay? Always use a remover. It will just easily break up your bond and everything will slide away. You might just take a little spoolie with a little bit of the Melt Away and run that through your lashes to pick up any excess bond. And you've got super healthy, easy removal. Keep your natural lashes healthy. That's the name of the game, right? I love it. So you guys, get on getting your control kit. We have it pinned here for you if you're on the website, lashify.com. Choose your control kit, all right? You get a choice between a black or a white hard case. You get the black control kit, your fuse control wand is gonna come in bronze. If you get the white control kit, you're gonna get that fuse control wand in hologram. You're gonna get Whisper Light in clear and black, that dual-sided tube. Oh, glass, we haven't done glass yet. You get a water-resistant sealer called glass. You get 1, 2, and 3 sets of Gossamer lashes. You get a 10 millimeter, a 12 millimeter, and a 14 millimeter cartridge. You're gonna get to choose either A, B, or C. We used C's today, natural, thin fibers with a bit of curl. If you went with Amplify, very similar, they just sit more relaxed, less curl. And if you want something just a hint bolder, go with bold. Slightly thicker fibers, very similar curl to these C's, and that's gonna give you a light mascara look. Can't go wrong, right? You get that magnified mirror, everything comes inside the storage box. It's a magnetic storage box. You get your sample of Melt Away and Pre-Cleanse. You get your Wandums. You get your QR code to scan that takes you to our tutorials, that lid space finder tool, your welcome letter from Sahara, and of course, after you remove your control kit from inside here, you get your Gossamer lash storage, because you're gonna want more, right? One-time purchase of $125, you get everything you need to start using Lashify, and then all you have to do after that is get refills on your lashes. Maybe bonds and sealers 3 to 6 months down the line, right? Extra products, all of that. So it's such a no-brainer, such a great investment, taking control of your beauty. Let's use glass. So glass is the last thing that comes in your control kit. It's a water-resistant sealer. Oh, that's a different one. Where is she? Where is she? Where's my glass, you guys? Oh, it's right here. So many products on the table. Give your bond the chance to dry down as much as possible before you come in and seal. It's just like applying layers of nail polish. It's just like painting a wall, right? So give it about 20 to 30 minutes, especially if you were layering your bonds. And it is sort of an optional step. I also recommend doing an application with glass. Try one without and see what it does for your personal eye chemistry. Everyone's a little bit different, okay? Some people love it, some people are like, I might use it sometimes, I might use it never. So when you're ready to use it, just take the little ball and run that across the spines, because that's where you want that sort of moisture barrier, right? From the moisture from your eyes. A little extra on the inner and outer corners might be helpful too if you have watery eyes. Some people like to get top and bottom coverage. This is nice for those of you who maybe have like oily lids. So apply a bit to the inside of your wand with the wandums on, and then come in with a full fuse. This way you have coverage of glass. You get that nice little moisture barrier on the top and the bottom. I see some fuzz. It picked up some fuzz and I can see it in my line of sight. Can I get it? Can I get it? I see it. I got it. And then that's it. Just let it dry completely. Don't touch your lashes. When you're done with your application, you will be tempted. Let's learn your angles so you can admire your handiwork without disturbing your lashes. You do want them to set, right? Because this bond's gonna stay tacky for a bit. You wanna give it time to dry down completely, all right? And then the less you do to them, the better. So easy. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for joining. All right, you guys, so get on the Lashify train. Do it now. Join the Lashify Life Facebook group, because that's where the most fun is had. We're in there all day, every day. If you guys have questions, we have a whole section called guides in that Facebook group. You can go in section by section if you have questions about the bonds, if you want to know more about the lasher curl, if you want to know more about certain lash styles. It's all there. How to get a water resistant hold for the summer. There's a whole section for anything you can possibly think of, and if you have questions, just make a post and one of our team members will definitely answer you. If not, someone from the community. With over like 120,000 members, the community is using Lashify and they have their own amazing tips and tricks. You're gonna find some new best friends in there. All right, you guys, I hope this was fun and helpful. Make sure to turn on your post notifications everywhere, because we're going live and you never know when Sahara is gonna go live. And if you have questions along the way, we are so here to help, all right? All right, you guys, have a great